And we're on the air. This is Kraig Smyth, MyBizGuide, talking about disengage from linear mindset, as usual, as is the common theme for being alive in the world today. I think everyone knows of the horrors of linear mindset and the huge negative impacts that it has on everything around us. Because these humans, man, they got some issues. All right, so this episode is talking about creating change. How to make change, how to start change. So change starts from within, right? You've heard it, but what does that really mean? Well, let's talk about that for a minute. This is great. It's a little bit woo-woo. It's energy stuff, right? So it's got to start like that in visualizing. So what we're going to do is we need to think about what we're thinking about, right? That's like a common theme for personal development. We have to be intentional about our thoughts. We have to recognize our thoughts. So using visualization, take our challenges and visually put them out. Imagine this, right? This is imagination. Go into imagination mode. Go back into, kindergarten. Find your imaginary friends, whatever it is. And maybe it might take you a little bit of time to find your imagination again. But find your imagination and imagine you have a spreadsheet with all of your challenges, right? But this is not just any spreadsheet. This is just not a regular two-dimensional Excel spreadsheet. This is like a reach in and touch things spreadsheet. So make a spreadsheet of your challenges, right? The biggest challenge, I'll give you a couple hints too. The well-being of the planet, right? Because we have to have a knowledge pyramid. We have to work with the biggest thing and work our way back down, or we have to have the biggest, most important thing that sustains all life and build from there, right? So let's say our biggest thing is going to be well-being of the planet. Next biggest thing is getting over my addiction to whatever. Next biggest thing is disengaging from scarcity mindset. What's those trigger words? When I hear work, when I hear love, money, God, all these crazy trigger words. Let's disengage from being triggered by those. Even though for sure we should have a reaction, right? But we're growing. That was then, this is now. So grow along with me. All right. So we build this spreadsheet and let's just start with the earth. Okay. So we have to find a philosophy that allows us to create change. Okay, I've said this before, finding a philosophy. Well, the beginning of that is we have to, and even if we, this is use our imagination, build a spreadsheet, top of that's well-being of the planet. Make a ball of energy. Get a little super highly concentrated ball of energy, and that energy says, it can happen. It can be okay, right? And don't label it, don't try and say truth or possibility or potential. Don't armchair quarterback the situation. This is getting ourselves out of that. This is getting ourselves away from armchair quarterback. This is getting ourselves away from seeing all the challenges and getting down. This is imagination, strictly imagination, right? No charge, no nothing. Make this spreadsheet, top of that, the planet's going to be okay. The planet, the well-being of the planet. All right, now I'm making this little concentrated ball of energy. And that says that this can happen, that change can happen. Change can happen. And I'm going to put that right in that line that says the planet's going to be okay. And I'm going to hold it there. And I'm going to give energy to that. And I'm going to keep that energy there for the rest of my life, forever, right? Bear with me. because I'm going to parallel this to addiction too. I used addiction for a reason. For addiction. Now, everyone has been through addiction, and if you're done with addiction, then you already know this. You already know this tip, and it applies for everything else. It's lessons from addiction. All right, all those things. It's not just quitting XYZ. It's what lesson did we learn? We learned how to dig down deep, how to get within ourselves, how to get outside of ourselves, and how to make things happen. Right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is, my addiction. What it's addicted to. Let's do something easy. Snicker bars. Okay, Snicker bars. I'm going to take that little bit of energy that says, I'm going to super concentrate that energy. It says, I can do this. I can do this. It's possible. It's possible. And I'm going to put that little bit of energy right next to my Snicker bar addiction. And I'm going to keep it there. Okay, so you understand what I'm saying about holding energy? Right? It's like the Force, right? Woo, woo, woo. Or to be less dramatic and less silly about it, it's martial arts, right? It's just simple martial arts. It's taking that energy. It's energy manipulation. It's that. It's not. You're not hitting it with your hand. You're concentrating that energy. And you're forcing it somewhere, right? So concentrate that energy instead of forcing it somewhere, just put it somewhere, but hold that energy. So it's all about your ability to be able to hold energy, or let's simplify it, just focus, just maintain focus, just maintain a little attachment to this. And it doesn't matter if it's out of sight a little bit, but just remember you have this spreadsheet with all these challenges, and go through, and each one of them, say them out loud if you have to. Practice making your little energy ball if you're not used to that. You might need to work up with these, but the thing is practice. Try. Nothing will change if you don't try. So that's the first thing. So try. Okay, we'll try. What does that mean? I'm telling you what that means. Visualize it. Find a place where it's going to be okay. You don't need to be right or wrong, because it doesn't matter. If you're wrong, it's all lost anyway. So you might as well go, right? Life's an all or nothing deal. You got to engage. You have to engage. So engage that energy. Keep this little bit of energy on these places. You have these places, however many challenges you can find. Key is to get good at building this energy and keeping that energy like a little thumbtack or something. But do it real. Think of it as a little ball of energy, as a placeholder. You're just holding a place on all these things, just like a spreadsheet. No, you're not going to be able to give them all your full attention all the time. That's where people get stuck. You just need to put a little bit of effort here and have that little bit of effort over a period of time. Sometimes that little bit of effort will make things happen. One of the coolest things I ever heard was, what is it? It's constant effort, constantly applied. And it's like a little bit of effort, like a drop of water. A drop of water over time will eventually wear out that stone. If there's a drop, that will wear that stone out. And so to understand that and to grasp that and relax into that knowledge, that reality, that if we put just a little bit of energy, let's say our energy is gazillion times infinity parts, put one part on something that you want to change and hold it there. And just hold it there and meditate on it so you can keep holding it there so it becomes second nature. And then whenever you look at that, you'll say, you'll recognize that your energy has opened that up a little bit more and opened that up a little bit more. And then you can start looking at it and being, more intentional on a more physical level, and start doing physical things and start, putting in more energy. You know what? I'm going to wait till afternoon to have that first Snicker bar instead of right in the morning. I'm going to wait till not right when I wake up. I'm not going to have a cigarette right when I wake up. I'm going to wait till afternoon. And I'll have 2 or 3 of them, but I'm not going to trip over it. Then I'll do the same thing that next day. After do that for a couple days, then I'll wait till evening to have my first cigarette, my first Snickers bar. Maybe I'll have 2 of them. But I'm not going to trip off it. But I'm just going to leave that intention of where I want to go there. So I just want to talk a little bit about starting to make change and how to use our imagination, our creative imagination and energy, like the basics of energy work, to start clearing that path for us so we can see the way of change. So we start being intentional. So we have placeholders on things that we want to change. So we're not just reactive, and every time we see something on Facebook that's, you know, not environmentally friendly, it sets us back into a into a state of depression or whatever, because that's not helping. That's not helping the planet. If you really want to help the planet, you'll get out of that, because that's what it's going to take. For you to make anything change, you've got to get yourself into a positive mindset. You have to be able to see change. You have to be able to see, oh, you know what? This could change. You know what? Everyone's stuck in linear mindset because they don't try. Have you, the first thing to seeing change is try. Have you tried to figure out how this can happen? Have you tried to see a way how change can happen? I know what it is. I know that it's everyone pays attention to their personal development. That grows exponentially, and boom, everything was changed. It won't matter what the governmental structure is, because there will be enough people that just obviously say, oh, duh, this has long-term adverse effects for all of us. And it's not going to be like, half a dozen idiots holding up a gazillion people. It all flows out from within. It's all about the people. It's all about raising the awareness of our species as a whole, and for people to recognize some of these things, and people to say, oh yeah, this person's having a problem with that. I'm not going to hire him for that position. Work on with something else. Anyway, hopefully that helped. That was a little bit of introduction to finding optimism and being intentional about yourself. Take yourself seriously. You are your business. You are the most important thing. It all flows out from within. Make the time. Make the time. Nothing around you is going to change till you change what's inside, and grow what's inside. Be intentional about what's inside. Every time, wake up, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, have a glass of water, do something for your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. Those 4 things. Every time you get gas, every time you let me rephrase it. Every time you put fuel in your vehicle, or get gas, whatever. Every time you put fuel in your vehicle, do something for yourself. Make a list. Make a list of ways that you engage yourself. Make that list. Make that spreadsheet of challenges that you want to embrace, right? Embrace those challenges. Try. Get that positive energy flowing. Anyway, so that's what I got to say about that. That is disengaged from linear mindset, finding optimism, and starting to create change. So do it. Good luck. Later.